Hey everybody, welcome back. I am God's humble messenger. Today I'm going to be talking about a modern day miracle. Yes, miracles do still happen. Maybe not like they did in the Bible, but I'm here to tell you that they do happen today. This particular miracle is special to me because my father is still alive today because of it. This video is based on the article from my website titled Modern Day Miracle. I will put a link in the description below. There are other articles up on the site, so head on over there and check them out. Some of them have videos already, and those that don't have videos on the way. I'm also now on social media. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Alright, on to the story. I still remember getting the call. My mom's name popped up on my phone screen, but when I answered, it was my grandfather. I could tell by his voice that something was wrong. He was deadly serious. My mother couldn't talk. My father had suffered a heart attack. I was away at college at the time, about an hour and a half from home. My grandfather told me my father was still in surgery. It could go either way. I hung up the phone and rolled over in my bed. I had tears in my eyes as I begged God not to take my father, to heal him and help him be okay. He would make it through. The surgery went well, and he was going to be fine. That isn't what this story is about. This story is about how my father, with God's help, drove about 20 miles down a 2-lane highway in a bucket truck down one of the busiest roads in the city, through downtown to the hospital after having a heart attack. My father was working in a small town about 20 miles north of my hometown. It is one of the largest cities in the state we live in. Everything was going good that day until he started having chest pains. It progressed to pain in his left arm, and he knew something was wrong. He needed to get to the hospital. To do that, though, he would need to drive for more than 30 minutes on a busy 2-lane highway. Basically, to reach the hospital in time, he needed a miracle. And a miracle is exactly what he got. When my father got into his work truck to drive to the hospital, he said he was surrounded by an orange aura. The entire cab of his truck was glowing. When he was driving, he described the truck as gliding down the road. The 2-lane highway he drove down was riddled with stoplights. I've driven that route he took. There are at least 20 stoplights, probably more. 20 plus stoplights. Keep that in mind because it makes this next part even more amazing. He did not get stopped by a single light. Every light on his route was green. He never even got a yellow light. All green, all the way to the hospital. A 30-minute drive, 20 miles down a busy 2-lane highway should have been impossible after having a heart attack. But to catch every single light while doing it, the only way to describe how he was able to do this is to call it a miracle. Because that's what it was. God was with him in that truck. God got him to the hospital. And just in time. When he made it to the hospital, he got out of his truck and the glow inside of the cab disappeared. He went in and told them he thought he was having a heart attack and was admitted immediately. They got him into surgery, and as I said before, he would be fine. The doctor later told him that if he had not gotten to the hospital when he did, he would not have survived. It gives me pause to think about that. If he had not been able to drive, if one light had stopped him, just one, he would not be here today. He arrived at the hospital at the exact right time. I think about the events that took place in order for my father to get to the hospital, and they are nothing short of extraordinary. I would imagine that even the most hardcore skeptics would have a difficult time explaining away these events. The glow in the truck, nothing but green lights the entire way, driving over 30 minutes after having a heart attack. Coincidence? I think not. Believers know the truth of it. The Lord protected my father by surrounding him with the orange glow. His very presence was in that truck. He guided my father's truck 20 miles down a busy 2-lane highway while keeping the 20 plus stoplights green along the way. He got my father to the hospital at the exact right time for the doctors to save his life. God has performed many miracles throughout history, most of them documented in the Bible. I say most because I know he has performed miracles since biblical times, since they were recorded in the Bible. It is easy for us to read about them, let alone comprehend them actually happening in the world we live in. We are only human after all. Most people have to see to believe, but Christians don't. We believe the miracles because we have faith. That's what faith is, believing without having to see it. Knowing in your heart that God is real and that He can do the impossible. When people think of miracles, they think of those that happened in the Bible, that they happened in historic times, that they don't happen today. Except they do. God still performs miracles today. Not in the grand fashion He did in the Old Testament, or like how Jesus did in the New Testament, but He does still perform miracles today. Some subtle, or, like in this story, not so subtle at all. Miracles still happen today, and my Father is still alive because of one. And that's my story for today. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you want to hear more content like this, subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. Also, if you have a story about how you or someone you know has experienced God, send me an email. Tell me your story. With your permission, I may want to turn it into a video. You never know who you might inspire with your story. Thank you for listening. I will see you next time. God bless.